Hey everyone, welcome back to Everbright Podcasts. I'm your host, Demetri Pierce. And today we're diving into something that isn't always talked about, the mental health and real struggles behind social media influencing. A lot of people see the glitz, the post, the content, and they think it's all fun and games, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that doesn't make it online or even get talked about. I've been thinking about this because as someone starting my own projects, creating content and putting myself out there, I've always started to notice the pressure. Even though I'm young, there's still a lot of responsibility when you're building a brand, whether it's a podcast, a documentary, or even music. And I want to talk about it with you today. We'll break this episode into different segments, so grab a notebook or sit back, get some snacks, get some drinks, whatever you need, because we're going deep into the real side of social media influencing. The stress, the mental challenges, and the things that people usually don't show. Segment 2, the pressure of content creation. Creating content isn't just about making videos or posting online. It's about consistency and quality. Even when something looks simple, it takes time to plan, rehearse, record, edit, and finally post. For me, juggling my podcast, music, and other projects already feels overwhelming at times, and that's just the start. A lot of young creators might think it's just a hobby, but the pressure is real. Every post can feel like a test. Will people like it? Will it get enough views? Will it represent me the way I want? That pressure builds up over time, and sometimes it hits all at once. It's easy to get discouraged when your content doesn't perform the way you expected. But the key thing to remember is that your value is not determined by likes or followers. The content is just a reflection of your passion and effort. And learning to separate yourself from numbers is one of the most important lessons. Segment 3, mental health challenges. Social media influencing can be mentally exhausting. There's always a need to create or post something. To respond and stay active online, this consistency activity can lead to stress, anxiety, and even burnout, especially if you're trying to balance school, work, and personal life at the same time. It's not just about posting, it's about managing expectations, both your own and others. Sometimes people online have ideas of you, some should behave, some have ideas of how you behave, or what kind of content you should produce. This adds up a lot of pressure and can affect your confidence and mood and self-esteem. That's why I believe talking about mental health is so important, because being honest and about the struggles help others see that they're not alone, and it can remind creators like us that taking care of our minds is just as important as taking care of our brand. Segment 4, the stress of going public. When you put yourself out there as a creator, you're opening up about yourself up to the world. That comes with stress that most people don't see. Every post, every video, every podcast, every episode carries the risk of judgment, criticism, or misunderstanding. Sometimes the stress comes from time pressure, trying to meet deadlines, or keeping up with a posting schedule. Other times comes from expectations from your audience, or even your own expectations of perfection. The more invested you are, the harder it hits when things don't go as planned. Even small setbacks can feel magnified. I've noticed that being public in any way, even on a small platform, makes you more aware of how you work, affect others, and how other opinion can affect you. Learning how that stress is a part of growing as a creator. Segment 5, handling criticism. One of the biggest and toughest part about influencing is dealing with criticism. It's impossible to please everyone, and you always encounter people with opinions about your work, your personality, or even your appearance. Sometimes criticism is helpful, it helps you grow and improve, but other times it's unnecessary and just meant to bring you down. The key is learning how to filter what's useful from it and what's not, and not letting negativity affect your self-worth or self-esteem. When I read critical content comments, I remind myself that they're about the work, not about me as a person. And even though it's hard, over time you develop a thicker skin and learn to focus on what matters most: your growth, your goals, and your happiness. Section 6. The loneliness factor. Another side of being a creator isn't often talked about is loneliness. Creating content can be isolating. You spend hours recording, editing, and planning on your own, and sometimes it feels like no one understands the effort you put in it. You might feel like you're alone in the process, even when people are watching your content online, and that loneliness can add stress and anxiety. It's important to acknowledge it and find ways to cope, whether it's connected with family, friends, or other creators. For me, just writing down my thoughts and stuff is my support system, and it has made a big difference. I couldn't imagine navigating all of this without my support system and me writing down what I need to guide me through the challenges and help me stay motivated. Segment 7. Financial stress. Social media isn't always free. Even for small creators, that cost involved equipment, apps, software, marketing, or even just times that could have been spent on other things. When you're creating content for passion and potential revenue, the financial pressure can become another source of stress. You're investing money, time, and energy with no guarantee of a return. And that can feel overwhelming, especially for young creators like me. The important lesson here is to budget wisely, set limits, and focus on what's sustainable. Don't let financial pressure steal the joy of creating. Content creation should feel exciting, not stressful. Segment 8. Creative pressure. Creativity itself can be stressful. Coming up with fresh ideas constantly is harder than it looks. Sometimes you hit a wall and inspiration just isn't there. But deadlines don't care. You still need to post. This creates a unique kind of pressure, the push to always be original while staying consistent. That's why I'm planning and organizing content and why it's so important. I personally use notes, bullet points, and ideas lists to keep my creativity flowing. Remember, it's normal to feel stuck at times. Every creator experiences. What matters is finding ways to recharge and keep creating without burnout. Segment 9. Balancing life and content. Being a creator while still in school, you manage a personal life, and that's a real challenge. You have homework, responsibility, and your personal time, and now you're adding content creation on top of that. Balancing life and content means setting up priorities. You may need to schedule your recording time, editing, and posting so it doesn't interfere with other important areas of your life. Sleep, meals, and self-care are still priorities. It's a lesson I've learned quickly. If you don't take care of yourself, your content will suffer. Your mental and physical health always comes first. Section 10. Dealing with peer pressure. Another pressure creators face is peer pressure. Sometimes friends and peers don't understand why you're creating content or why you spend so much time working on a project. You may feel pressure to explain yourself or just to justify your time. And that can be stressful because being a creator is a personal journey and you have to make the choices that align with your goals, even if others don't get it. Staying focused on your passion is the best way to deal with peer pressure. If you're confident in your path, others will eventually respect it. Segment 11. Impostor syndrome. Imposter syndrome is real, even for creators starting out. You might feel like you're not doing good enough or like you're not doing enough. That's the feeling of maybe I don't belong here can really weigh on you. I felt it myself. Thinking about all the creators out there who seem more experienced or successful, but the truth is everyone starts somewhere. And comparing yourself to others only creates unnecessary stress. The best thing to do is focus on your journey, celebrate your progress, your achievements, and the efforts you put into it, because that's what matters most. Segment 12. The importance of a support system. Having a support system is crucial, whether it's your family, friends, or fellow creators. Having someone to talk to about challenges make a big difference. For me, my best friend is a big support system and has been invaluable. She has helped me navigate creative decisions, stress, and even technical challenges that I couldn't figure out myself on my own. A support system helps you stay grounded, motivated, and emotionally imbalanced. Even one person who truly understands you can make a difference. Segment 13. Managing online drama. Drama online is inventable. When you're visible, people may argue in the comments, debate over your decisions, or even start rumors. It's important to stay calm and avoid engaging unnecessarily. Online drama can quickly create and become exhausting and impact your mental health. Focus on the things you can control: your content, your actions, and your attitude. Ignore the noise and remember that drama does not define your brand or your value. Staying positive and consistent is key. Recognizing burnout. Burnout happens to everyone. When you're working hard on your content, it might feel like your tiredness, lack of motivation, or even a sense of dread about posting. Recognizing burnout early is important. It's also okay to take breaks, step away, and recharge. Your audience will understand, and your content will be better when you're refreshed. Preventing burnout means pacing yourself, setting realistic goals, and remembering why you started in the first place. Segment 15. Staying true to yourself. This is a big topic now. One of the most important lessons is to stay authentic. Don't try to become someone else or follow trends just for attention. Your uniqueness is what makes your content special. Being true to yourself helps you connect with your audience on a deeper level. People notice when a creator is genuine versus when they're just copying what's popular. Always ask yourself first, does this reflect me? Am I proud of this? Staying authentic keeps your mental health intact and keeps your creativity strong. Segment 16. Encouragement for young creators. If you're young and thinking about starting your own podcast, your own channel, or even your own brand, remember that it's a journey. There will be highs and lows, successes and mistakes. Don't let fear stop you. Start small, focus on your passion, and build gradually. Your age doesn't define your potential. It's your effort, dedication, and creativity that does. Remember, even small steps are progress. Celebrate each achievement, no matter how tiny they may seem. Segment 17. Key takeaways. Let's recap what we covered today. Social media influencing has a mental and emotional side that isn't always visible. Criticism, online drama, and burnout are challenges every creator face. A support system and self-care are essential. Balance your content with school life and personal growth. Stay authentic and true to yourself, always. These lessons aren't just for creators. They're life lessons. Being aware of challenges help you navigate them better. Thanks for tuning into Everbright Podcast, and I'm Demetri Pierce, not Demetri May, Demetri Pierce. And I hope today's episode gives you insight into the real side of social media influencing. Remember, it's okay to struggle, to feel stressed, and take breaks. In the next episode, we'll dive into even more behind the scenes topic, including how creators balance multiple projects, manage expectations, and still stay motivated. Don't forget to follow, share, and leave a review on any or whatever platform you're listening to if you enjoyed this episode. Stay bright, stay kind, and remember, you're capable of more than you think. This is Everbright Podcast signing off now.